Hey, great to see you. Thank you very much for joining me for another video. It's been a couple of weeks since I had a chance to do another lesson. My time's just getting harder to kind of dedicate to doing these lessons, unfortunately, because of work commitments and all the usual rubbish. Now, you can make things a whole lot easier for me should you wish to donate. There's a link down below. That will give me a whole lot more time to kind of do this. So enough said about that. If you're interested, as I say, there'll be a link down below. Now, in this week's lesson, I'm going to take a look at a track called St. James Infirmary Blues. And a lot of people have covered this song. I think I first heard it on a commercial for Budweiser, and that version was done by Snooks Eaglin. And it really captured my imagination, that track, so I sat down until I could figure it out and kind of came up with my own rendition based upon that, yeah? So I'll do what I usually do, and I'll play you a section of it so you can hear how it goes and get a little bit familiar with it. And then I'll come back and I'll explain it all to you. Okay, so it goes like this. So hopefully that will give you a little bit of an idea as to how the song goes if you haven't heard it before, yeah? So it's just a group of chords which are going round repeating. You know, there's not even like a verse and chorus as such. I mean, there is vocally, but the chords tend to just go round, okay? So let's take a look at those chords first off and see what they are. We have a D minor, okay, which most of you will be familiar with. We have an A position, which is this, which you will have seen me do before, but it's like an A7. We never really play, well, we do play an A, but anyway, it's like an A7 like that and this. So you're looking to just bar those first bottom four strings of the second fret. And you're not actually going to play that bottom one because there's going to be this second finger and the pinky finger are going to be going between the third fret first string and the fifth fret there. First string. So that's your kind of A position. Then we have a B flat and A. Okay? And essentially, that's what the chords amount to. So you have that D minor, the A, B flat, and the A major. Now, I do play those chords in different positions, which I always kind of try and urge you to do, is to explore different chord voicings. Yeah, you may have heard me say that before. So you'll see me go up here, for example, but that's just a B flat and that's just an A. Okay, so there's nothing out of the ordinary happening here. All right, so if we were just looking to get started on the song and be able to strum the chords, what you could hear me playing then on the intro there was just a very simple strum. It's kind of two strums on each chord. So we have this, that kind of idea. So it's D minor, A7, D minor. Then we have the B flat to the A, back to the D minor, to the A, 7, to the D minor, And then I just play the second string 3rd fret, that single note there, and the open E string, and then I play the B flat up here, okay, which is just the 2nd string on the 6th fret, the 3rd string on the 7th, and the 4th string on the 8th. And I just play those 3 notes. And then I come back and play in the same, I'm just moving them back a fret, all those notes. And then I can also add this 5th string open, because it's an A note and it's an A chord. So we have that A chord, and then back to D minor. And to turn around an A7 in that position. Yeah, so it's just like an A major with the middle finger taking off that A7. And you can play any of those A7s, in fact. I urge you, as usual, to just explore. So you have this A7, or you have that, or that. Any of those will do. So just to recap, you'd have D minor, A7, D minor, B flat, A, back to D minor, A7, D minor, B flat, A, D minor. Okay, and that's all the chords are doing. So it gives you a lot of freedom in a sense, because as I say, you saw me go up here and play this B flat and this A major instead of playing it there, or alternating. Yeah, so if you're just looking to do a basic strum, then that will get you through. Okay, now you probably heard the solo, the little solo that I put in there as well, which is also really simple. And as I often say, you don't want to aim to be, for me, you know, what I'm doing note for note. You know, sometimes it's a good idea to take the notes that I'll show you and then see what you can come up with. But I also appreciate it's kind of quite nice to have a few licks that you mightn't have heard before, that I might have played, and it's just useful to know. So that's fair enough. So I just start out on this 3rd string 2nd fret. That's my first note. Then I go between the 1st and 3rd frets on the 2nd and the 1st string. So I play, yeah? I'm just walking down. 2nd fret 3rd string, 1st fret 2nd string, 3rd fret 2nd string, 1st fret 1st string, 1st string 3rd fret, and then up to the 5th fret. Okay, so we have so I'm playing that 3rd fret 1st string twice. Sorry. And I'm playing that note twice. But as I say, this is just, you know, it's not that important. You know, you could be playing the notes once, is what I'm trying to say. But anyhow. So I'm just going back there from the to the 3rd, to the 1st, to the 3rd, to the 1st. Okay, so it's that little group of notes. Okay, that's the first part. Then we go up to this 1st string 5th fret. You can slide into it, or you can just play it. So what I play is something along those lines, yeah? That's just between the 5th fret and the 8th fret on the 1st string. and then I almost repeat the first part. In fact, I do repeat the first part for those first few notes again. So I have. So the difference is there that I'm bending up 2 notes on that 3rd fret, 1st string. So we have the same. Okay, so that's just going. And then I'm playing a note not bent on the 3rd fret. Back to the 1st fret, 1st string. So we have. It's all between the 1st and 3rd frets on the 1st and 2nd string. Okay, and the end part is, so that's just 3rd fret, 2nd string, an open 1st string. Then we place our 1st finger on the 1st fret, 1st string, and we play both the 1st and 2nd strings. So you have. Yeah? And then we do the same again. 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then open. And then the notes we play next are 1st fret, 1st string, and 2nd fret, 2nd string. Okay, so we have. And then open. So it's 2nd fret, 2nd string, and open 1st string. And then we play like a partial D minor, so it's the 3rd string of the 2nd fret and the 2nd string of the 3rd fret, and just play those 2, the 2nd and the 3rd strings. Okay, so that ending is. One more time, really slowly. Sorry. Yeah. And that's all there is to it. So just rewinding a little bit there, we have. Okay, so that's all the solo is really. It's a very short little thing. But as I say, take those notes, that little pattern there. So that's the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. And then between the 1st and the 3rd frets on the 2nd and 1st strings. And then, as I say, goes up to the 5 and 8 on the 1st string. So just mess about with those notes as well and try and experiment and develop your own ear a little bit as to what might fit into that little kind of riff, yeah? Okay, so now we've looked at the chords, we've had a quick look at the solo, and what I'm going to do next is to show you how to fingerpick the song, which is really nice if you kind of have the time to go through it and learn it that way. Because it's just one of those ones which is quite nice to play on your own. It's quite full, and yeah, so let's take a look at the fingerpicking side of things now. Okay, so let's take a look at the fingerpicking side of things here, yeah? So the chords that we're playing are just D minor, the A7 kind of little bit of melody there, as I've pointed out before, just though that note there. So we're playing the 5th, the 3rd and the 2nd on the 1st string, although it's largely between the 3rd and the 5th when we play this A, okay? And we have a B flat, which looks very awkward, and it indeed is very awkward. That's just one way of playing a B flat. And an A major. Okay, we also have a B flat here. an A here. Okay, so they're just different ways of playing the same chord, which I've touched on before, and it's very worthwhile, even with the songs that you know, trying to play the chords in different positions and just increase your knowledge a little bit of the fingerboard and where else you might play the chords. Okay, so if you're in no bar chords, that's just like a bar chord, but it's just the bottom half, you know, it's the same kind of thing. Okay, so that's a B flat, and that's an A major. That's a B flat, that's an A major. You can just play B flat like that if you're just going to play the second, third and fourth strings. And then you can add the fifth to that when you play the A. Like so. Alright, so we have a D minor, and I come into the song with the fifth and fourth strings open. Okay, so that's just first and second strings playing the melody. Okay, don't get too wound up in what I'm kind of doing with my right hand, okay? Because I'd much rather you picked out your own kind of, you know, arrangement of this. So obviously you need to have a vague idea as to what's happening, which is what I'm giving you. But I don't want you to fret too much about this right hand, because that is what makes you an individual. And, you know, as long as you have a vague idea as to what is happening, you'll be fine. You just need to practice that. Now, what I would say is, if you're sometimes not sure, you know, what notes I might be playing or this or that, just play the notes that are fretted, and then from there you can try and add some of the open strings if there are open strings involved, and you'll know whether something sounds right or wrong. Okay, so as I say, D minor, just 5 and 4, and 2, 1, 2 on the D minor. Then we go to the A bar, which is just the bottom 4 strings barred, and then I add this second finger to the 3rd fret 1st string, and also this pinky goes on the 1st string of the 5th fret, so the melody is being played there. Yeah. So we have, and that's probably one of the hardest parts of the song, getting that transition from the D minor to that A7 smooth, the transition's nice and smooth. Very, very difficult, but you know, it will come with a little bit of practice. Back to D minor. B flat. To the A major, back to D minor and repeat. Only this time, rather than playing, we play. So in other words, the first note is the pinky 5th fret 1st string, and then the 3rd fret 1st string. Back to D minor, and then we just play the 3rd fret 2nd string and open 1st string. All right, and then we go up and play a B flat here and an A major there instead of there. Same chords, but we're just playing them here. Back to D minor and quickly to A7, which you can play like so, or like so, or like so, or like so. Many, many different ways of playing an A7, or indeed any chord, yeah? So try and explore that avenue as well yourself. All right, so that is pretty much the chords, yeah? Back to D minor. First time I play the B flat and the A there, A7, back to D minor. Remember this second time, 5th fret 1st, to 3rd, to D minor. As I say, 3rd fret 2nd string, then open 1st, on it's second, third and fourth strings, and the second string is on the 6th fret, the third string is on the 7th, and the fourth string is on the 8th for that B flat. And I just play the second, third, fourth strings. I play, you can play whatever you like, but that's what I play. Then we go drop it all back a fret, and we can play this 5th string open now because that's an A note and we're playing an A chord, so we can play. So rather than just 3 strings here, here, we now play 4 if we want to, and then D minor. And that D minor is a little bit, it feels like it goes there a little bit early. Now there's just little subtle kind of nuances in a sense, which you will hear, but you're so used to hearing it, you may not notice, so it's like, yeah, it's a little bit, you know. To the A7. And then you back around. So that kind of, in a sense, covers the fingerpicking side of it. Just very, very slowly, one round. So you just have, remember, the 5th and the 4th. Then you want to be going there. Yeah, so hopefully that will give you some idea as to how to get started with the fingerpicking side of the song. And it's a really nice one actually, because it's not your typical kind of progression, you know, your 12 bar or something like that. And there's a few turns where you don't really expect it, but once you get it, it's very rewarding song to kind of learn. So look, I hope that that's helped in some small way, and you know, if it has, perhaps you can click on the like or the subscribe. I always really appreciate that. By the way, if you have any comments, please leave those below. You know, if I get a chance, I always try and get back to people and help them in any way that I can. And I'd also like to say a really big thank you to everybody who's commented so far. I've been overwhelmed by the amount of people who have been taking the time to comment. And I really appreciate that also, yeah. So, as I say, I look forward to seeing you soon, hopefully, and all the best, and enjoy.